Hey guys, how's it going? Got another Destiny 2 video for you all today, but this time it's a PvP build. I've really been obsessed with Trials recently and been playing with my friends, and I noticed playing it, I never really have a build. It's more just a subclass and your weapon exotic and your armor exotic. So I wanted to put together a build that you can really notice and it really makes a difference. And I've always wanted to make Attunement of Grace work, which is Middle Tree Dawnblade, the healing class with the Well of Radiance. And I put together a build that feels really good, and I'm excited to try it out in the new trials this weekend, which is going to be the control point focused trials, where we have a flag that spawns 30 seconds into the round. So this build is focused mainly on this perk right here, Benevolent Dawn. So whenever you heal or empower an ally, you're going to regenerate your grenade, melee, and rift energy. And I really wanted to abuse this to the fullest. So with this build, you'll have almost 100% uptime on grenades and rifts. The melee isn't as important because it doesn't come into play too much, but you'll have that up a lot as well. And I'm running Empowering Rift here. You can do Healing Rift, but I feel I have my grenade up so much, Healing Rift is a bit redundant, and you can pull off some really cheesy stuff with Empowering Rift with a few weapons, and in general it just makes weapons a lot more forgiving with body shots and headshots. So my exotic I've been running recently is Dead Man's Tale. I don't have the best rolled one, but nonetheless it's still a fantastic weapon. And with Empowering Rift, this makes it so after your first kill, you'll two-shot everyone after that. And then it just makes it a lot more forgiving in general with the Empowering Rift. I've seen people run something like Ariana's or Monarch, as these can both one-tap certain resiliences. I believe Monarch is anything under 6, and Ariana's is, I think, 7 and lower it can one-tap. I'm not sure on that. And then I know for aggressive snipers as well, you can one-tap, but I've never been that good with snipers. And those one-tap at everything under 6 can one-tap to the body. So that's really valuable, especially in something in trials where you can get a cheesy pick-off like that. I just found consistency Dead Man's Tale works pretty well. And then I'm running that Made Ingredient Zersold. It's pretty insane. I'm not good with fusions, so I'm still learning them, but this thing is killing people where I feel like it has no right to. It's crazy. And then I'm just running a rocket. For my exotic armor piece, I'm doing the Stag. For this build, I feel like it's the one I found works the best. I've been experimenting with a kind of different build with Boots of the Assembler with like Lumina, so you always have that Blessing of the Sky buff because you can generate noble rounds with these boots, but it's a lot slower of a play style, and I think for this weekend, sitting in spawn for like 10 seconds to get noble rounds for everyone would be too much of a disadvantage with how the flags are working in this control trials setting. So the Stag, for those of you who don't know, it gives you a 15% damage resist in PvP, and I think it's something like 30 in PvE. And then also, you get rift energy when you're critically wounded, and then on death, you drop a healing rift. And that does make a difference in something like trials, so it's something to take advantage of. You don't want to intentionally die, but it's just kind of a nice cherry on top if someone tries to get a res on you, because they'll also be getting that damage resist as well. And the healing plus Stag just makes people really tanky, because you're dealing less damage to them, and that damage you're dealing is getting healed. And if they're in it before you started fighting them, they're going to have an overshield as well. And then the mods I'm running, you're going to need stasis gloves and a stasis class item, because we're running double grenade kickstart and double utility kickstart. And this is going to make it so you get like 20-25% of your grenade and rift whenever you use them right away. And Benevolent Dawn will get that to about 95%, and then you just have to wait 5 seconds or so, and then you'll have each up. So with grenade, you throw it at someone, you heal them, you're gonna have a grenade in like 10 to 15 seconds. So you're gonna be throwing a lot of healing grenades, and then your rift, same thing. And I'm just running taking charge, so anytime someone would spawn a orb of light, you can use, there it is, high energy fire, just to get that damage boost in PvP. Doesn't come into play too much, but it makes a difference sometimes. And then a cool thing to note is the Stag works with Well of Radiance. As you saw in the opening clip, that makes you almost immortal to anything other than like a one-shot super, like a Nova Bomb or Thunder Crash or Chaos Reach. Any roaming super, you should be able to tank them. And in the new trials coming out this weekend, the capture points, having a well you can just drop on the flag, because you're going to know where the flags are spawning. This will make it so you almost have a guaranteed win on that round, and they can't counter super unless it's going to be like a one-off, like a Chaos Reach or a Nova Bomb or Thunder Crash. Not sure about Silence and Squall. I haven't seen too many of those to test with this, but any roaming super, this counters that completely. I'm just going to jump into some gameplay. We're going to look at how the build works, and just to see kind of how many abilities you're able to throw with it. It's just a quick clip to show like the uptime of your abilities. I'm going to throw a healing grenade out here. I already have a Empowering Rift down, but as you can see, my grenade is rapidly charging up, and I just now lose the buff, and I just have to charge that tiny bit there. That takes like 5 seconds, and I've got my grenade up and my Empowering Rift up. In the next clip here, you can see how useful Well of Radiance is. And it's usually kind of undervalued, but especially with Stag, you really just block off a whole spot of the map. Enemy can't do anything about it. So you can see here, someone popped Sentinel Shield, and he hit me, it just doesn't do anything. And then someone cast Storm Trance here, and they just barely break the overshield. You're immortal in that, basically. Deadman Sail is still good. As you can see here, I don't even have an Empowering Rift, and you can get to a 2-tap pretty easily. It's just 5 crits. And just some more gameplay. As you can see, if I throw my grenade and Empowering Rift out, like both, just to see like if you waste them on the same thing, you'll have one of them back up for sure. You'll only mess up the combo if you miss someone with one of your abilities. Otherwise, you're going to have infinite uptime on one, if not both. And just like general playstyle, especially with something like DMT, you're going to be wanting to hold an angle really hard and abuse that Empowering Rift you have. I'm going to throw a healing grenade to my ally there so they get the overshield. And then me and this buddy here in the Rift are just going to lay down on these guys. Fortunately, I get one tap by a Lawrence in the head. Kind of unfortunate, but it happens. Just a quick show off of main ingredient. Just casually killing that guy. And here's just a showcase of Empowering Rift. I got the Rift placing bug there because there's a slope, but you're able to hold off people pretty well. Even though it's not a healing rift, you still got that damage reduction, and now I 2-tapped that guy with only 1 stack of cranial spikes with an Empowering Rift, and then that guy as well. As you can see, it's really potent. That's about it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'll be looking for more PvP builds in the future. Comment and subscribe if you enjoyed. Have a good one.